Ya. Bonjour, Jurabun. Buenos días, buenas noches, ¿cómo están? Ojalá que estén bien. Bienvenidos al canal. Honestamente, ha sido un placer hacer bueno, este lugar. Hay muchas personas aquí que honestamente han estado dentro del stream, de Twitch, de todo lo que hacemos aquí. Y son absolutamente, ¿cómo se puede decir? Fantásticos, ¿verdad? Tenemos a Juicy Ducy, una persona absolutamente increíble, una creadora de contenido igual como yo. Hace un montón de cosas igual como con su comunidad y juega juegos como Overwatch y bastantes cosas también. So, si le gustan lo que yo hago, ve y síganla a ella también. But yeah, I'm fine with that. You're fine with the Spanish version of that. I can do it in Dutch as well, man. I heard my name. Nothing, don't worry about it. He's speaking the language of the Taco Bell. No, estoy diciendo honestamente, Juicy Ducy es una creadora increíble. Me encanta, la amo enteramente. Ve y síganla si pueden. Dale en todo su corazón. Ve. Guys, if you guys have the ability to, make sure you guys come on through. Check out all of our individuals here that are absolutely incredible individuals. We've been waiting to go ahead and get started with this. I don't know. Con dos o cuatro veces. I don't know how else to say this other than I've been excited, dude. We are getting so close to finishing. Ed simping in multiple languages. I'm proud. Kraith, don't fucking expose me, bruh. Don't fucking expose me, bruh. I don't know how else to say this other than I'm so super duper excited to go ahead and finish Vinland. To be able to go ahead and go through with it. I heard all of it. Fuck you, Craze. Fuck you. I hope this. I don't care if I get demonetized for this one, dude. I don't care if I get demonetized for this. When my mod steps in and says, "Dude, all right, bro, I heard you. I heard what you said in Spanish, and you're not getting away with it." We're about to go and get started with the Vinland Saga. We might be going through some. Shut the fuck up, Kraith. I'm coming after you, bro. I'm gonna blame the next hack on you, my friend. We're gonna go ahead and get started with it, dude. We might do a couple episodes just depending on how I feel at the end of this one, just because we do need to go ahead and get started and finish through with Finland for the most part. I know that this is an excited episode. I will be stopping a lot. My ISP is absolute garbage considering that I live out in the middle of the desert where they shot Star Wars, if that makes any sense. So yeah, we do need a. We can probably dedicate a stream later on though. ¿Dónde está mi padre? Finfra, no me preguntes cosas así. Honestamente, yo no sé dónde está tu padre. Si quieres, yo puedo ser tu padre. Yo puedo ser el papi Ed. No hay problema. Señor Wizardo. That's interesting. It's been fire. Finfran asked, "Where's my dad?" I'm like, if you want, I'll be your dad. I'll be Papi Ed. All right, guys. You guys ready? Set. All right, let's go. No need for stalling anymore. Let's go. It's been firing today. Good. Oh, modern day, I'd be freaking the fuck. Okay. Modern day, if I'm out in the middle of the snow and I see a bunch of shit lighting up like this, dude, I'm like taking cover because that's a fucking sniper shot coming your way. Like, a modern day, you see anything glimmering back at you like that, dude, I'd be like, nope, nope. Like, but I guess back in the day, it's just, yeah, it's a lot to deal with, man.
Ah, so. ならここでお別れだ。俺は急ぐので失礼するよ。
Oh, that's right. That's right. They had him fucking surrounded here.
色気出すんじゃねえよ。チンピラども。抜けたいやつは黙ってそこの川でケツ洗ってトルケルの前に並べりゃいい。それで済む話だろうが。トルケルのご所望は王子のケツだ。なあ、アシュラッド。長い付き合いだ。殺したくない。王子を置いて消えてくれ。
My dude, both ways means death. Leave the fucking prince here and go off on your own journey and still die, right? Because other people will be like, oh, you left the prince behind, whatever, right? And all these people get to die because Thorko only wants a good fight, if we're going to be realistic about it. Or, you know, run, like, you know, fight all of us and die, like. Bruh. I like how calmly they're walking over. All right, guys. Here we go. Drop some fucking Doritos. Get some cat jams going, guys. Yeah. And then good song, good intro. Fuck, dude. Is it interesting how Thorfinn is siding with Askeladd here? Shouldn't he be joining? No, because Thorfinn really wants to go ahead and do this the old-fashioned way, yeah? Thorfinn's the type of individual that would, like, let's say that Thorko was about to kill him, he'd be like, no, I have to do it. This is my battle. I will be Hokage. This is my revenge story. And then Askeladd's more than likely gonna be like, nope, bro. I take my life by my own hands. Like, I could totally see him do something like that, dude, where it's like, not even give, like, for example, Thorfinn the ability to go ahead and resolve the cycle of vengeance and trauma that he's been trying to go ahead and resolve. The Askeladd is five-headed in a lot of dimensions, but at the same time, it's like, do I think that he would be willing to go ahead and stain the hands of this guy, this kid, Thorfinn, to go ahead and continue more than they already are, right? But with his own death, to go ahead and complete his cycle, or would you think that he would more than likely do something dramatic in order to give, like, a dissatisfaction to Thorfinn? And more than likely, I'm seeing the dissatisfaction route, right? Because this is what Askeladd does. Askeladd is one of these people, dude.
それって土地の名前？
そう、楽園の名です。偉大なる祖アルトリウス公はかの地におられます。
でも母さん、アルトリウス公って大昔の将軍なんでしょ？今も生きてるの？
アバロンは西の大海の遥か彼方、妖精たちの住まう常春の島です。
Hey, yo.
そこはうつしおの死や老いとは無縁の世界。あの方はそこで戦の傷を癒しておられるのです。
I got scared there, chat.
傷が癒えれば。
Hold on, I got scared there, chat. I thought it was about to be TOS. I was like, oh.
アルトリウス公は私たちのもとへ戻ってきてくださいます。私たちを苦しみから救うために。その時が来たら、そなたは公にお仕えしなさい。あのお方こそ誠の王にして戦士。あのお方の知恵となり、剣となりて。いつの日か
お別れに話してもいいかな。無駄だ。お前らとは今日まで本当に長い付き合いだった。共に笑い、共に飲み、共に多くの修羅場をくぐり抜けてきた。今まで話したことはなかったがな。俺はお前らと過ごしてきたこの十数年間、お前らのことが
Hi, Chat Meows. How you doing?
心底嫌いだった。
I hope you're doing well, Chat. What's up? What have you been up to? So, in an aspect, I can understand the Escalade. Like, if you're in an environment like this, right? Or say you know that you guys are mercenaries and whatnot. You can get along with people at the same time not liking every aspect to them and knowing their weaknesses. You can Batman the fuck out of, like, Justice League, where Batman knows the weaknesses of everyone else and comes up with countermeasures for them, even though he might be getting along with them at the moment, because at any point in time, they might turn against you. Is it healthy to always be thinking this way? No, absolutely not. You know? Because at the at the end of the day, what's that going to do to you, man? You're just going to distrust everyone. You're always going to think that someone has a second intention, right? But does it make you prepared for situations like this? Absolutely. Like, heck yeah, dude. Mods, can you guys give a shout out to Jat? I appreciate it, man. Ooh. What's up, Touch Me Doma? How you doing, brother? Ooh. Ooh. Dude, what the f— Of course, Jet. You're awesome. Bruh. See, I doubt it, dude. I doubt that Escalade's gonna die here. Like, my dude's like a level 100 Ainz versus a level 5 starter beginner character from like an NPC town. My dude's such a 5-head that he's able to go ahead and rationalize the situation and be able to act upon it, dude. Yeah, he's got the triangle, like, you know, the Triforce here, man.
日頃の新人が足りなかったようだな。遠くてよく見えねえけど、なんか揉めてんな、あいつら。仲間はあれだよ。こういう時にはよくある話さ。だって近頃死に惜しむ奴らばっかだぜ。実にけしからん。俺様抜きで喧嘩を始めると
So is Storko just a battle junkie essentially? Because that's my understanding of it, right? Like he'll flip sides depending on like whether or not you invite him to a good fight, yeah. Which I understand. Like, how many of you guys have actually gotten in a fight, like legit, either sparring or actual like martial arts or like straight up like school fight or anything like that? And if you guys have, what was the thrill or what'd you feel during that time, right? If you had conditioning for that. Sibling fight only. I'll be honest, dude. There's a sense of like endorphins and rush of like you're almost being hit, and if you do get hit, how much can you stand? Oh, okay. Wow, they hit like this. That's not enough. So you throw another kick. Yeah, you got beat up. There's a difference between getting beaten up, right, and being in a fight, right? So, Sephi, for you, how was that though? Like, was it one-on-one? What happened? How'd you feel about it? Are you okay now, looking back on it? Because there's a lot of like things that go into it, right? Because, for example, because you guys know I teach MMA and stuff, right? And a lot of people would call us battle junkies as well, because every week we go and we train, we fight, and we don't just fight one person. We spar multiple people. We go a little bit hard, you know, because of the thrill of not just like being able to go ahead and like test out the limits of like your kicks, your punches, everything, but getting better as well at being able to take some punching, take some things, right? I remember someone said he's more than like an ideal Old Norse mentality guy rather than simple battle junkie. Well, I mean, because how do you get into Valhalla, right? And you get into it by dying on the battlefield or by fighting, right? If in that case, it makes sense for him to have that mentality, for him to literally use that aspect as a way to go out and like step in. Plays a prank on you? Oh, that's not cool, dude. He's waiting for you to feel guilty and go back for him. Dude, this is Askeladd. Oh my god, I just connected the dots. Askeladd is literally waiting for you to take them down, get a horse, go and pick him up, because you're not going to let him die. Your revenge against this guy is so embedded in your head that it's quite literally going to cause you to go into, like, you know, either dorsal or like one of these polyvagal systems that you're going to go ahead and activate more of trying to go ahead and care for this revenge cycle that you're in, rather than the logical thing of like, it be what it be, baby. It is what it is. I can totally see him doing something like that, because no one else can kill this man but you. No one else can go ahead, polyvagal effect, not Vegeta effect, can go ahead and have you make certain decisions other than yourself in this situation for this man. I see the character development that's starting to happen here. And yeah, the polyvagal system is 3 different systems that we all have, you know, dorsal, parasympathetic, and sympathetic nervous systems, and we activate one according to fight or flight or trauma, right? It's a polyvagal system. It's a system essentially in which our brain activates whenever we're with other people, whenever we make connections, propinquity, attachments, so on and so forth, right? We usually stay at 1, but whenever we go into fight or flight, either by trauma or by not being like conscious or like virtually there, we go into different states, right? Which is how we're able to go ahead and like essentially like thrive on revenge, on anger, on different systems for our need. Are you always in Hulk mode, or are you like more maintaining yourself in situations like this? For me, it's like, you know, Askeladd is Hulk mode for Thorfinn, and Thorfinn wants to stay in Hulk mode because the only way that he can get rid of Hulk is by giving him the antidote himself. He doesn't want other people to go out and take out Hulk. He wants to take Hulk out himself. Bruh. Not the horse. Bruh. I'm sorry, at this point they deserve to die. I'm just gonna be straight up. They attacked the horse at this point. Yeah, they gotta go. Even Evil Ed would be against. Yeah. Hey, yo. The way you grab his head, hey, yo. One up. One up, bro.
くさ世話焼かせやがってあのハゲ。俺が殺すまで死ぬんじゃ。
So at least I know I'm psychologically accurate in my characters. At least I fucking know I'm psychologically accurate in my characters and I'm not giving metaphors. I say something psychologically, it comes true, and I'm not using metaphors or, you know, whatever, dude.
やれやれ。調子は取りたがねえもんだ。この足の様がたかが50人の包囲を抜けられんとはな。
Bruh. Ooh. Big chop. Ooh.
待つんだ。脱出の好機を。
And the judo throw. What?
もうすぐトルケル軍が来て大混乱になる。このガキが
My dude hit so fucking hard and went through a steel helmet. He hit so hard it went through a steel fucking helmet or an iron helmet and cut through the fucking what? What? And his sword is still not fucking like out of sharpness. What? I don't skull, spine, everything.
見たか今の。見た。兜ごと斧でもああは切れねえぞ。くそ、やっぱ強え。
すったりついカッとなっちまった。いやあすまんね大きな声出しちゃって。さあおいでおじさん。もう怒ってないから。
Dude, he has them shooketh. They are shooketh.
東側のやつ下がれ。
Insert flex tape. Put them back together.
出たよ飛び道具。トログリム仕切ってんとおめえか。だったらなんだ死に損ない。いいのか。さすがの俺も死んじゃうぞ。知ったことか。ビョルンとトルフィンは手だれだ。追っ手を返り討ちにするかもよ。そうなったら王子確保のために俺が必要だろう。俺を人質にしておけばビョルンのやつは俺と王子を交換するために必ず戻ってくる。俺が生きていればの話だがな。
It's a good play. It's a 5-head play to buy time.
トルグリム。足を狙え。おお、やった。らしくねえぜ、アシェラッド。あんたそんな必死な男じゃなかったろ。いつもなら勝ちの薄い戦からはさっさと手を引くだろうが。なんであんな腰抜け王子のために命を懸けるんだ。褒美と一緒に赤穴に入るつもりかよ。
Bruh.
俺はもう年でな。満足に働ける時間は残り少ない。さすがにもう待てなくなったのさ。
Dude, the amount of pain that this man must be under. The amount of everything that this man must be under. Fuck. I stub my toe and I cry for a week. This guy gets fucking 5 arrows in him and he's standing up, dude.
アバロンからお戻りになられるのな。
For real. Winner, yeah, dude, you know it.
わけのわからんこと。もういい。踏んじまれ。おい、どうする
Oh, dude, they're...
You? 楽しんでるかいお兄さんたち。
Oh, and he's here. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. My doggo's acting weird. Hold on. Come on. Loki, come on. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Come on. You ready? He is streamer now. He is streamer now. You want to say hi, Loki? You're streamer now. Come on, Loki. I got you. I don't know why you wanted to go on my... Okay, thank you. Thank you, Loki. Y'all saw Loki was trying. Yeah, Loki was trying. Loki was trying to go ahead and be streamer. Sorry, guys. Loki was like, can I be streamer? No, we don't need you, Ed. Go away. Should I go get Loki and bring him back, dude? I'll bring Loki and put him back over here. He's funny. He actually, I'll tell the story at the very end about something amazing he did. But incredible dog. Fucking love him, dude. Love my husky. He's my little baby, dude. But also, dude, Darkle's here. Ah.
狩猟のアシェラッド中のはドイツだい。ぜひお目にかかりたいんだが。困るな。お約束のない方、ちょっと。
His face. Oh, we're Loki. He had to go outside. Yeah, dude, way to get slaughtered now.
やっぱでかいな。近くで見ると。
Bruh.
俺はトルグリムってんだ。抵抗はしねえ。話を聞いてくれ。
大将、王子がいませんぜ。
Final boss
そう
mode.
なんだ。それを今話そうと思ってたんだ。俺たちはあんたに王子を引き渡そうと思ってたんだが、こいつ狩猟のアシュラッドが王子を逃がしちまって。だが安心してくれ。 手だれを10
Chop his head
人
off.
手に出した。
Just chop his head
と
off.
にかく王子のことは俺らに任せてくれ。オーディンの名にかけて必ず捕まえる。あ、その後の切り札もあるんだ。ちょっとおい。
Bruh. That's fucking Elden Ring boss level, dude. This is terrifying. He's like, yeah, you're not someone I want to fucking bargain to. You ain't a true man. Out of the way. Out of the way, bro. Chat on Fridays before I go live. Stream today? Bro, only sit down in the air. I know.
あんたがアシェラッドか。なかなかの知恵者のようだな。ところで、トルフィンが見当たらねえんだけどさ、あんたが切っちまったのか。
切っちゃいねえよ。あいつは王子の護衛につけた。この反乱には加わってねえ。
そうかい。それを聞いて安心したぜ。よし、待たせたな、チンピラども。アシェラッド以外はやってよし。
Oh, how the turntables have turned. Oh, bro, you thought you were doing them a favor. Oh, dude, I would have been like, oh, we fucked up. Like, that was our bad. We just that, dude. They want battle? They got it.
最後くれ、戦士らしくしろよ。早く、俺、おめえらのために言ってんだぜ。丸腰で死んじゃ。
Yo, what's up, Saturnius? How you doing, brother? True. It is Vinland Saga. It's great, dude. This is a fucking episode and a half. Hold on. Is that even fucking... No, I'm not gonna stick anything in my mouth. That's gonna look very wrong. That's gonna look very wrong if I stick something in my mouth trying to see if a spear could really go through someone's mouth. But what the fuck, dude? Can you imagine just a taste of that, dude? Like, final moments there? Do it, Ed. This is not a request. No. Oh, no. I'm like... Oh, we don't care about it. Yeah, fuck it. Stick it in Ed's mouth string. Oh, God. If you try feeling good while you die, like... Hey, he's stretching though.
同情するよ、トルグリム。
心。黙れ！何もかもてめえのせいだ。
諦めろ、トルグリムよ。お前はもう死ぬんだよ。絶対に死ぬんだよ。
Bro's Bro's fingers are so thick. His fingers are so thick, they go over it just like more than enough. My dude needs 2 hands for this fucking axe. Think about it like that. My dude must have the hands of God, bro. Like 2 fingers, he's able to pick it up with ease and stuff, dude. The other guy has like 2 hands on it. Oof. Darko's pretty, yeah.
手伝ってやるからさ。さあ、来いよ。ほら、来い。
Oh, true fear. Or did he just psyche break him?
こりゃいかん。ちょっとプレッシャーかけすぎたか。
Yeah.
ダメだこりゃ。中身が抜けてっちまった。もしもーし。
A psyche break? Yeah. Under intense amount of pressure, it can cause people to go into an emotional breakdown. Which is why nowadays, yeah, people just completely freeze and they disassociate to the point of like, not being able to come back into it. A psyche break is one of the main reasons why sometimes in like special operations units and other like cases out there, you'll have combat, like, individual personnel, or especially for like what is it called, PMCs, private military corporations. They'll include someone that's in your ear that's like able to go ahead and talk to people, so that they don't reach that mental state where they're disassociating. Can it be permanent? It can go into a full-on trauma. Yeah, absolutely. So like if you don't work through it, like let's say that he just keeps going out of it, and then like he'll snap out of it, right, at some point in time. But if he's not able to fix it, your brain will literally retaliate to that safe space that you created anytime you encounter a stress or a trigger that big or lesser, right? So here's the thing, FinFran. That's why there's operators for that. Yeah, that's why there's operators and other individuals out there for you to be able to release some of that stress, so that way you're not overwhelmed with the stress and start disassociating to the point where like your mind just goes blank and you're just completely frozen and don't know what to do and can't pick up or go to war or do whatever needs to be done, And so FinFran, yeah, it's similar to like, for example, even back then during those times, you would have personnel, like not the 60s, but like 80s and up, you would have at least one personnel that's able to go ahead and like talk to that for special individuals, right? Nowadays it's a lot more common to go ahead and hear that, even if it's like overhead and whatnot, to have debriefings and people to talk to and so on and so forth. Is the system in the States perfect? Absolutely not. There's a bigger need for psychologists and therapists to be involved in the system to help out, but still, like, that's why like, you'll have people that actually go through it and have these operators or individuals that are able to go in and talk to you and, through your stressors and whatnot, not go through as many psyche breaks as that. For example, they might come back with a lot of PTSD, PTSDC to be correct, from the new DSM-5. PTSD is like post-traumatic stress disorder complex, which is essentially a comorbid way, or a way of saying that like you have PTSD but with like anxiety, depression, ADHD, autism, whatever it may be, right? That is definitely a valid idea to take away from the anxiety response to intense stress. Yeah, and a good way of going ahead and being able to go and talk about like, hey, let's go over your deep breathing, coping skills, whatever may be happening. You are able to go and do this. I remember that there was some, I forgot what it was, what PMC or what individuals. Wait, there are different types of PTSD? Yes, there are different types of PTSD, right? There's PTSD-R, which is for remission. Once you already start like, bettering yourself to a point where you're not necessarily triggered by a lot of your previous triggers and like reliving previous events. Acute, if it's only for a short period of time that you've had PTSD symptoms. There's PTSD like standardized, which is pretty much what a lot of people do since they're not used to like the newer versions. And PTSD-C for complex, which essentially is what it stands for comorbidity, which is longer term. It then does tend to go ahead and have like symptoms of anxiety, depression, whatever else in there, I think that's also a reason why the Knights have Esquires. Yeah. Would you say violent outbursts in such a conflict is also a helpful response? So what happened here is what we would call shell shock, like in World War I. Yeah. Although like nowadays it's, I hate to use the hentai tag for it. People would call it like mind break, right? A psyche, for us it's more like a psyche break, which is psychologically. Right now where you are, you're in a level, right? That is your psyche level, right? That is your standardized level for operating in your current vessel through your stress, right? So that's what we can go ahead and call this limit, right? The lower limit of this, right, is if you're going to go ahead and go into like more depressed route, a more negative, nuanced route. But usually a person goes like this throughout their life, right? Ups and downs, could be every day where they're like going up and down like that, right? Others, if you get anxious or you're going through intense amounts of stress, it goes up, down. Now imagine going all the way up like this, and then boom, like up, insane amounts of stress, hey, guess what? You're gonna die and there's nothing you can do about it. Poof. What would that do if there's no stability? What would that do if there's no stability? If going like this can already cause a lot of trauma, you know, like anxious moments like this, or under, if you're depressed, can cause traumas. Imagine going up and down like that, like a big roller coaster ride. That's what a psyche break is immediately like that hard slam down that comes from that. You don't have any opportunity for your brain to process the trauma and the anxiety that is happening at that moment before coming into another realization. Either that, or you're over here the entire time of extreme stress and you just break your anxiety limit. You break the stress limit that your body can physically handle. Are you even conscious at that point? My mic has some weird warbling. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know what's going on there, mate. Might be that it's like slightly facing away from me. I don't know. But yes, I hope that makes sense. Are you even conscious at that point? Well, I mean, some people don't. Some people disassociate the moment that they go up here. Like, you know, if we're going to call this the limit, the moment that they reach halfway, they start disassociating, right? They can, or like even down here, they start disassociating where they're like, that's a lot of stress. That's a lot of stress for a person. That's why I can't begin to imagine the people who were born during and after the war. Yeah. And a lot of people don't seem to even realize this, like, standard. My thing is, Cash Balls, thanks so much for the follow. Looking at this, dude, you can imagine that a person up here is going like this and the down moments are going here. Here's a scary scenario about this a lot of people don't know about. A lot of people are like, wait, but why aren't you, like, you know, why is it that when people go to war and all of these things, right, and even in battles like this, say that they're doing this, right, why don't they show symptoms of PTSD right there and then? Because they're not hitting the upper limits or the lower limits of their tolerance for that, right? So they're right here. Oftentimes, the scary part is you'll show a lot more when everything is normal for you. When your environment, when you're completely in your psyche zone, what is normality, right? All of a sudden, guess what? You're not feeling all of this that you were feeling up here. So now your brain has the ability to have the introspective process to start feeling those high, intense highs that you felt. So boom, 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 you know, and you're going to be coming back down. So that's why it's like people often when they come back is when all of a sudden they start having those anxious breakdowns, those anxious moments. Because when you were over there, dude, your body was regulating up here, but now that everything's calm, you don't know when that's going to come back. So your body's doing this. It's constantly going up and down. I'm sorry. I hope that made sense. If it didn't make sense, I'm sorry. I apologize. War becomes normal for you, and then you come back home. Then you're at this state. If this is normal for you, like let's say normal person is here, right? But you go to war and this is normal for you. Try and adjust yourself up to that. Yeah. Try and adjust yourself like this is society, right? And you're up here. You know what they're gonna say? Oh, something's wrong with him. Oh, anxiety. Oh, broken. Oh, so many other things. This was your normal. This is quite literally your normal. Now you're gonna have a hard time adjusting to society because society is here. Society puts a bar as to this is what normal is. Weirdly enough, you know, sociologically speaking, that's sort of what they try and put. But you might be up here because of this. I mean, isn't this Soldier Boy when there's peace in America? Yeah. We live in a society, man. The history of most military units is just... For most of history, war was a constant thing, but not a thing that happens. Yeah. And the thing with that, though, is... The thing with this, though, is... cross-generationally, you get generational trauma that comes through, and you aren't even able to process it until, guess what? You're not doing this, right? So your dad, or your father, mom, you know, whoever was up there, if they're like constantly in battle, they might be drinking, they might be normalizing, whatever. But like for them, it's this, and all of a sudden, you know, you're let's say generations on the line, you're here, and you might be still feeling effects of the generational trauma that comes through. Would you people who have normalized war in their... No, they PTSD, you still have that regulatory body, you know, of tolerance. So everyone can, like, you can have resiliency and push the levels of resiliency that you can go ahead and, like, express or feel anxiousness, stress, certain things, which is why you have individuals who push their bodies to the maximum amount of stress and stuff, like, every single time. But generationally, guess what? I would say, like, because of, like, peace times and whatnot, your resiliency level, or, like, you know, what you might handle, what you might like be able to handle might not necessarily be the same tolerance, because you no longer need that tolerance for survival like back then. It might now be a lot smaller. And now what was normal for previous generations, their stress level, their trauma, whatnot, is hitting your upper limit. And that's why it's like generational trauma. And that's why you might hear a lot of like good therapists use this word, where it's like, hey guys, generational trauma and the ecological effects of generational trauma really comes down the line and affects everyone. So seeing something like this shown for me is showing that, like, one, his brain couldn't handle the amount of stress and anxiety that was present, and instantly it went from a moment of extreme stress and anxiety to the realization of, oh shit, I'm gonna die, like this is it, there's no further moment, and the bounce up to stress, I'm gonna get hit, I don't know what that's gonna feel, down, up, down, and it's just, yeah, you disassociate. And that's huge. That's huge. Sorry, that was a really long rant. Oh my god. Sorry, guys. You guys got me on a topic, and I'm just like, boom. I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps with like acknowledging what a psyche break is in some way, shape, or form for those of you guys that need it. Can it last centuries or even millennia? Yes, masters, absolutely. Generational trauma does not necessarily mean 1 or 2 generations. It can be hundreds of generations. It can be literally be passed down. And sometimes this even comes down to like the simple matters of like, why do you do what you do culturally? I learned a new thing. Oh, I'm glad, Winter. Like, why do you do what you do, right? For example, why is it that people after, say, World War II, generationally down the line, they go through extra security measures to make sure that no one's going to come in and barge through their door? Without them, like, they haven't been taught this, but cross-generationally, that trauma of, like, something there, it's passed down, right? Of extra security measures, of staying quiet at night, of, so, yeah, 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 yeah. My typing is so, bro. Anyway. Oh, bro, he's not here for you. He's here for Askeladd. Hey. Did my dude just go in Minecraft creative and punch a horse out of the air? Did my dude really just go into like Minecraft creative mode, one punch, man, super style, and literally lift up a like 2-pound horse, or 2-pound, a 2-ton horse, or a ton horse, or well, however much a horse weighs? What the fuck? Oh no! Wait, what do you mean, Ann? Wait, what culture? Ann, I'm so curious now. He punched a horse into the air, bro. That's like punching a car into the air. What the fuck? Ah. Fair. Oh. Yeah, honestly, yeah, and also my dude's like, what? Bruh.
アシュラットをこっちに渡せ。渡さなけりゃ殺す。マジ？じゃあ渡さねえ。聞いたか？今アシュラットの身柄をかけて、俺とトルフィンの決闘が成立した。
Oh, dude, no way. No way. No way. Are we getting a full-on fight episode?
勝手なことを。トールフィン、お前が勝ったら無事に逃がしてやろう。
Bro,
馬の
bro.
おまけにくれてやる。
ロンドンと時
No
に
way.
行くと思うなよ。
おう、期待してるぜ、トールズの息子。
Bro, no way. No way.
戦士の一族の末よ。
Oh my god, dude. What the fuck? What the fuck? Dude, what the fuck? Boy, what the fuck was that? What a beauty! What a beauty of an episode. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Yes, we're going into the next episode. I'm sorry. I am sorry. That was a fucking phenomenal episode. That's all I gotta say. I have no fucking words other than like, that's beautiful, dude. That's beautiful. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say, man. That's fucking beautiful, man. A phenomenal cliffhanger you meant. Yes. What a way to do it, guys. What a way to do it. What else can I say to this episode other than like, dude, it has actually a lot of emotional beats. A lot of great like discussion points I think brought up in this anime. Good job asking questions. That's what I love, when you guys ask questions and it brings up discussion elements like this, because there's a lot more to a show than just like the simple basics: anxiety, depression, right? We can go into full on like conversations. For example, Masters asks, I went to ask like the specific traumatic event actually to carry on the great grandparents. Like that specific traumatic event is passed on to generations, through which you said traumatic event influences the cultural sense of what's normal and what's not, and then it causes even with more trauma, and it cascades. It certainly cascades, Masters. So the thing is, like, you might not know what your great grandparents' trauma was, but you might be triggered by it without even knowing it, right? So your resiliency towards it might be even greater or less than expected for most normal individuals or other individuals who haven't gone through it, right? And there's a lot of cases out there, which is why, for example, whenever you go to a professional mental health clinic, right, you will literally have individuals that will ask you, right, like, what is a crisis? What does a crisis look like for you? Because for every individual, a crisis looks different, right? And again, generational trauma, even though you might not know what your great grandparents went through, right, or what they considered trauma or what was trauma for them, you might not know the exact details even of your grandparents. But what you might have are some of the biological triggers, and even some of like the subtle triggers that happen around you, where say you wake up randomly in the middle of the night because you feel like someone's staring at you. And that might just be a biological trigger to, like, you know, someone suffered a trauma a long time ago, or, you know, you have to triple check all the locks and then you feel safe, you know. Yeah. And then you feel really safe once you've checked all the locks and make sure that everything's good. Or, for example, what I do, right, is I do a 3-key system, which is making sure that I have all my keys on me 3 times. So, like, I check my right? As a way, not like that necessarily, but like the first time once I put everything on, second time when it might have been a security system that one of my great grandparents must have had due to a traumatic system, or due to just like envelopment of a habit or some situations like that. Does that have to do with the dream that someone's chasing you through a forest with an axe? It could be a traumatic memory off of that. Dreams are a little weird, because dreams might be the subconscious or the unconscious trying to tell you something, as opposed to like biological thing, but it can be, you know. And that's sort of the difference. For example, if you hear a firework and that triggers you and you don't know why, it, you know, could be for that, right? Or even some people have insanely high pain tolerances, you know, and if it's not biological and people are like, you should be feeling pain, you're like, nah, I'm not. Can this kind of trauma become a biological thing that's ingrained in it? Can. Well, I mean, it depends, right? Because I think there's research being done into this, so I can't necessarily like jump into saying like absolutely it can, because that'd be me speaking out of my field, out of my experience. But I know that there's research being done into that. Specifically in that, like, well, trauma, for example, trauma is stored in the body, right? So it can affect sort of like the dendrites and your neurological connections that are being formed because of that, because of the trauma stuff like that. What is considered trauma? What do you consider trauma, FBI? What is traumatic for you? And that's sort of where it references, right? Because, for example, our great-great-grandparents, something like being called the wrong name, or, you know, being stepped on, or wearing the wrong clothes might not be traumatic for them, right? But going to war might have been traumatic for them, right? And that's sort of what they've enveloped in their brain as like sustainable trauma. As opposed to other individuals where, hey, if someone comes up to you and pushes you and you fell and you embarrass yourself in front of others, guess what? That might be a traumatic memory for you. For your great grandparents, that might have just been like, oh, whatever, stupid dude, whatever, you know? It's the differences, because it all just depends on the way that like people perceive it. It's also under intense period of time. So there's a difference between regular trauma, right, and then generational trauma, or cultural trauma, which is quite literally, for example, in World War II, you had a mass eradication of, like, you know, genocide of people that were happening, right? Guess what? That's generational trauma across a whole generation, across a race of people, and that's more easy to go ahead and like see and study. Yeah. Something that causes extreme stress, which is to individuals for individual trauma, and then there's generational trauma for generations or others as well, or, you know, cross-cultural trauma. There's a lot of different forms of trauma out there that we can get into, aside from the diagnosable trauma, you know. I had a dream getting electrocuted and woke up, son tried to tickle me. Hey, yo, touch me, domo. Is the fact that trauma is stored in the body like the main support for generational trauma? So the reason why... No, generational trauma, the reason why that's come into light is because of World War II. Being 100% honest with you, because of World War II, there's been a lot of psychologists that have been able to study the descendants of those individuals that were impacted by it, and were able to see similar actions cross-culturally and through generations of methods that they don't even have to go ahead and be taught, but were impacted on them because of the generational trauma that did happen. Which is wild to think about if you really want. I'll bring up some of those articles and I'll post them in the Discord for you guys, because I think that's an awesome discussion, an awesome way of like you guys being able to go out and read more if you guys want, or if you guys have the time for that, because I think that's pretty cool.